Lovely. Right. So, hello everybody, and welcome to MK Afrobeam. It is nice seeing you all here today. I know we've informed everyone that the program will continue. The program will continue. However, it will not be on a fortnightly event because COVID restriction is reducing a little bit, and people are beginning to go back to their normal lives, to their normal businesses. And we know that being able to bring people in as we were having them in during the COVID lockdown will be a bit difficult. And not just that, we don't want to delay or disturb anyone from carrying out their own individual activities. However, so moving forward, MK Afrobeam will be aired every other Saturday. That is every 2 weeks in a month. 2 weeks in a month. So we've got one today, and the next one will be the first week in May. However, we'll keep you updated. Just keep on checking our Facebook page, MK Afrobeam, M&G Productions page, and also on WhatsApp and Instagram. We'll keep on informing you. Again, I'm going to introduce MK Afrobeam to everybody. So MK Afrobeam is a community engagement show organized by M&G Productions, and we are a voluntary organization in Milton Keynes. We promote the aspirations of people that are over 18 and those that have creative skills in the community. And we also provide necessary information for the Black community in Milton Keynes and its environs. And that means Bedford, Luton, Northampton, even all over the UK. As far as you log on, view our videos and all the informations we provide, you will get all the details and any support you need. And if you need to get in touch with us, just DM us on Facebook, DM us on WhatsApp, and also DM us on Instagram, and we'll get back to you. Today, our topic is back home. We're bringing it back home, where the kids have had these issues with COVID. Most of them have had issues with anxiety. Most of them have had issues with confidence. Most of them are going to be finishing GCSE. They couldn't do it, but they're doing lots of assessment. They'll be rounding up in May. The question is, what next? And not just that, the kids that have left school or that are going to be leaving school in the next 2-3 years, how is their mindset? What do they expect from the real world? Do they still expect mommy and daddy to keep on helping them, paying for them, or have we prepared them to deal with the challenges of the future? So our topic today is our children and challenges of the real world. Are our children ready? Are they ready? Are they ready for the challenges of education? Are they ready for? Please, can you see? I'm trying to share a screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Kunle, so are they ready for a new job? For the jobs that are out there, are they ready to leave home and get a job outside their parents' comfort? Are they ready to be responsible? Are they ready to be able to carry the weight of the problems and the opportunities and the positivity that the world will throw at them when they leave home? Are they ready for it? To discuss this matter with us today, we've got Mrs. Paulina Owusu. Ms. Paulina Owusu is an educational proprietor, and she's going to discuss this with us in depth today. So, Ms. Paulina, I want to say thank you very much for joining us today and welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic.
And I am pleased to be here.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to welcome everybody that's here today. So don't worry, we're not much today. The sun is out. People are out there enjoying themselves. So I'm sure gradually they will join us. So Mr. Bumi, who is our co-host and a member of our charity, can you just show your face to everybody to say hello? Mr. Bumi?
Yes. Good afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon. We
everyone.
can't see your face, so they have to see your face because you are one of ours. Right.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
So Mr. Obabumi
Nice to-
Akirimisi is our co-host. He deals with most of these issues with that we're informing the community about every time we have meetings. He's really involved and he's really passionate about supporting the community. Welcome very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Adekunle, welcome. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, that's fine. But if you want to, I would appreciate it. It's a colleague of mine in the university where we're studying. We're both studying a very, very challenging course, isn't it, Mr. Kule?
Very challenging.
Very challenging. And then he's here again to support the community. And we've got a gentleman here, Mr. Isaac Okelege. Mr. Okelege, I believe, is the same person. He runs his own educational facilities, support facilities system, I believe. They try to support children that's coming into the UK to gain admission, if that's correct, yeah? Into the UK education. So they try to process it, help them with their visas and help make sure they get into the right education. So if you have anybody that's trying to come into the UK and is struggling to get admission, doesn't know what to do, DM us or just take down Mr. Okelege's number and I'll pass it on to you. So moving forward, let's deal with these issues of our children. Mrs. Owusu, what do you think?
Well, I think, first of all, as you said, I've had the opportunity to work in the education system in this country, and the experience I've got with my own children as well. I would say every child is different. And I think it depends on the parents, how we've got them ready for the world, really. Every child, especially in this country, every home has got their way of bringing their children up. Every home is different. So and even when your home is different, it depends on the child. Some children are ready to go. They can't wait to go and make their own money. They can't wait to get out of the house. They can't wait to be independent. And some are like kitty cats. They just always want to be home. They're afraid to go. So I think it depends on the child. And well, I think we'll get to the point whereby the parents, what is our responsibilities as well. So now I think we have to focus on if the child is ready, really. So I would say it depends on the child, really.
And it depends on the upbringing that she's getting from the parents, the support she's getting from the parents. But some people will say, I'm just going to ask you one of the first questions that I've gotten. So I'll say, my children, they're over 16, and those that are about to finish secondary school and colleges, are they ready to navigate the real world? And that, like what you just said, depends on how they've been trained. So you know that most kids, the academic line has changed now. Before it used to be, I want to be a broadcaster, but listen, I want to be a drama, I want to go into music. People are still going, I'm not saying it's wrong, people are still going into it. Somebody just put on the Facebook, Mr. Bumi just said, every children are different, exactly based on what you said. But the challenges, everybody now, the things are changing. Very soon you'll be having robotics, very soon the engineering will come back again and take over the whole the system. But some kids, it's not because they don't have the potential to study engineering or to study robotics, but they're afraid. The question is, can they navigate? Are they ready to navigate the real world in the next 10, 15 years when the digital technology takes over? That's one aspect. Educationally, do you think they're ready?
Well, I think the children, they are stronger than we think, because my 4-year-old can operate the computer, not the computer, the phone, the laptop as better than maybe in 5 years ago, a 5-year-old, you know? So how the world is moving is going with the children as well, because I think we are in the computer world at the moment. So whatever comes with it, the children adapt, especially in this country. If you look at the way the school system is in this country, when I was working in the school, I was surprised how much the children are moved around. They don't give them space. You see, everything is according, they work throughout the school day, and they plan everything according to how the system in this country is done.
Yes.
If I'm looking back in Africa, it wasn't the same as the system here is, you understand? So how they train them in school, get them ready for the world, really,
World.
from when they get to it. Because if you compare, let's say, let's bring our working system or the employment situation in this country and compare to Africa. I used to work with the electricity company of Ghana before I came to this country. And I know how it was. You can get to be at the office the whole day and you haven't done nothing. You understand? But
Yes.
we go back, you go to 9 or 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And if you work or you don't work, you are paid. Because we brought up in that way. But this country prepares the children to be that hardworking. And moreover, as for a child to be able to adapt, the house, the parents has to also contribute, because if the child goes to school, gets all those things, and when they come home and the parents say, oh, my child is not doing that, I have my own rules, it doesn't work. So everything has to go hand in hand to get the child ready.
So it is a 50-50 effort.
Yes,
Efforts from the school, efforts from the parents.
Yes.
Now, the other question is, at home, some parents may have issues, could be mental problem. I'm not saying they do, but they could. Some parents could be very ill. They can't take care of their children as much as they want. Sometimes even the kids could be very difficult. Sometimes our parents, like we African women, African parents, we work and work and work and work and work. And we don't have that time to give them all. Women work 14 hours a day. So women, we know, some people do, I know some people that work Monday to Saturday, just so that they can pay the bills and pay off their debts and put food on the table, and then those children don't have that support system. What should happen in that scenario?
Well, it's back to the same situation. The school does their best of giving the children the help, the extra help. In this country, they've got a teaching assistant in the class supporting children who are behind. It's not like in Africa that you say, oh, you haven't passed your exams this year, so you're staying in the same class for another year. It's not like here. Here, they assess the children and give them the help that the child will be able to catch up. You understand?
Yeah.
So
okay.
It all depends on, so let's say a house or a home that the parents are busy, everybody going to work 24 or whatever they do, how many hours they do, and the child is left alone or not being taken care of, being getting that direction that a parent has to give or direct the child in a way that it should be.
Make them.
Definitely the child won't be successful as a child who has got both input.
Yes, so definitely.
It's still the same issue, really.
Okay, fantastic. Also, there are people who say, do they realize they must support themselves? Can they deal with 9-to-5 jobs? Are they ambitious enough? So the problem is, some kids will, even though they finish secondary school, even though they think, oh, I'm going to go get this job after I'm going to go work in McDonald's, after secondary school, they just want that extra money. I think they're going to be buying their canvas and their new shoes and their shirt. But I know some parents that just let them keep that money, Is it right for a child that starts a job in McDonald's, for instance, a 16, 17 years old child, starts that job, earns his first money, or earns money every month? I know it may not be a lot. Do you let them keep the money, or do you show them, this is another way of teaching them responsibility? Do you now tell them, look, you are in this house, you pay towards, put 50 pounds or 20 pounds or something towards the electricity. So that way they will start feeling the pain of how much they're spending. Or you just let them keep the money.
Well, back to myself again. Over here, when you're in sixth form, you do 3 full days or half day every day. So people choose what they want. You can do 3 full days or half day. So most of them, they do full days, 3 of them, and use the 2 days to work. So I would say that if a child works 2 days, stays home, teenagers, they have a lot they want to use their money for. So I don't think as a parent, you should take any money from a child. You can let them use their own money to buy what they want. Children, it goes back to you wash up and I'll pay you. It doesn't work for me. You won't do the washing up and I will pay you. You understand? But some homes, their children, they get small money by doing the washing up and everything. So every house is different. But if it's me, my child doing a part-time work for 2 days, I'd rather let the child spend the money on what they want than collecting anything from them. Definitely, in this country, it will get to a time that you have to pay for your bills. If you brought the child up and taught them the right way, not to be able to sit down, the house, you have to know that there's a responsibility of paying bills. Then definitely when they move out, they will pay their bills. If the house, if the parents are not working, they're on benefits, the child will also think the benefit is the right way to go. So it comes back to we, the parents, don't think that one thing for us and another one for our children. What you do, your child will also do the same.
Children emulate what we do.
So we have to set the example, good example for them to follow. So if we say that, oh, I will sit home or not work, so when you're ready, you can work. No, it won't happen because my mom sat home, got all the money, didn't pay for it, but we had all the big telly, we have everything. So why do I have to work? No. So they copy us, really. They do copy us. So I would say you just have to
I want
let
to add,
them be.
I don't know if I can just chip in something. I know every home is different. Yeah, the way we raise children is different from one another. I agree with that. But I want to believe that whatever a child learns, by the time he starts living on his own, he learns most of it, or let me say some of it, from the home. So even if a child is working 2 days, 10 hours a week, or less than 16 hours a week, I want to believe that apart from the responsibility of apart from inculcating the responsibility of labor, that means, contributing to society due to work, we must also inculcate responsibility of maybe providing for your own needs, provide a saving, you understand, and meet, expenses that are expedient to you. It's not that you really need them to pay electricity or anything, but it's just a way of teaching them, to let them know that your money is not for frivolities only. It's also to and address, exigencies of life, to maintain yourself and things like that. I want to believe that's just because, for example, I met someone at a place where I worked briefly, and she's a 17-year-old lady, and she has an iPhone. And I said, wow, I was even admiring the iPhone and all that. And I said, how did you get it? Is this your mega salary here? She said, no, my mom bought it for me. I said, how much? 900 pounds. 900 pounds. Wow.
900 pounds that you and I will shake
Exactly.
ourselves before we spend it.
Exactly. But I just want to believe that, well, from that age, 17, 18, they just need to understand certain responsibilities of life. That's just my take.
Yeah. In a way, yes, I think what you said and what Paulina said is right, because forms are different. So people will say, oh, keep your money. Some people will say you must. My mother was so strict. The first money I earned, I'll never forget. As soon as the money came through the door, she said, oh yeah, give me everything.
Give me. That's how
She did not waste. She did not waste. She didn't, in those days, they don't talk to you. You just say, oh yeah, oh yeah, you know? It's not because, like we said, it's not because she needed the money. I was the first child and she needed me to be, I was always responsible. She needed me to be more responsible with money, because even to today, at times, if I have money, I tend to use it. I like extravagance, but then she taught me to calm down with it. So but then when I gave her the money, I was looking at the woman. I said, what is she going to do? And in those days, they pay you in cash. So after collecting the money, I had it in an envelope. It was in cash. I gave it to my mother, and she said, oh, okay. And she now took what she wanted and gave it back to me. Until I left my mother's house, that was what I did. And so by that way, it now taught me that, I'm going to give my mother 50 pounds. Okay, I'm going to pay for transportation. I'm going to pay. The only thing I know I did not spend money for was food when I get home in the evening. I don't know what she did with that 50 pounds. I don't know if she paid for food. I don't know if she paid for electricity. I don't know. But she took it. But the remaining money that was there was mine to do whatever I want to do with. So I'll pay for my transport. I'll eat lunch at work. I would, if I want to buy small clothes or krika in those days, you can't buy it, That's me. But she will not touch anything else. But then it made me to know be accountable, how to be accountable with my money. But my problem is, as Black community, you said you will not do it. I said, for me, I will do it, because the children now, they don't value money. They don't value money. I would do it, but somebody else would say, oh, it doesn't. Why are you being so strict? Don't do it. We're all different. But is there a way we could amalgamate it whereby sometimes we take, sometimes we don't take, so that because if we are too lax with them, the next thing is, God forbid, bad thing. What if they earn all this money and there's an emergency, and maybe we don't have our card got lost, and this child has gone to buy a canvas of for 400 pounds, and we need money at that instance. But if a child is taught accountability, she could say, oh, mommy, I've got 50 pounds in my account. I can give it to you. They just spend money anyhow. They want expensive things. Is there a way we could tell them, okay, this month I'll take some, the next 3 months you don't pay me anything, but the first 4 months you do. Can that work? Do you think it can work in this system, in this UK economy?
Well, I think it depends. I can't use anybody as an example
than yourself.
myself. For example, I think it's all about it. I've got 3 teenagers, girls, and their birthday monies, Christmas monies, when somebody gives them money.
Hello, your volume is croaking.
They ask me what I want to do. Oh, sorry. I mean, if they keep their own money, but if they want to buy anything, they let me know before they even use the money. So I think it's all about trusting them, bringing them up to be able to trust them. And I trust them because they will ask me that I want to do this. Can I use my money to do it? So that is why I am saying in this way. But if you have a child who will sneak and buy things you not knowing, then I think it's best maybe to take the money from them, and when they need it, they come to you. So it depends on the child itself and how they are. So it's all about the upbringing. Somebody will say, some of my girls, their teachers say, oh, Lisa, or say, I have to ask my mom first. And the teacher will say, oh, Lisa, do you have to? You say, yes.
Absolutely.
So some teachers say, oh, is your mom strict or something? It's not that, because we close, and I think they respect me, I respect them. If I'm too hard or bring your money, I think they will change. They will also try to hide it from me. But because we free, I let them, I can ask you, so how much is your money left? How much is left? And they will come and count and tell me how much is left. You understand? So it all depends on you and the child, really.
Okay. Wow. When it comes to that, okay, so it depends on family, it depends on how we bring them up, it depends on the trust they have for us, depends on the parents, they want to be strict, they want to be, so we don't have, there's always a balance in every way. That's fine. But then, you know, at times those kids, they go on the IT and you go on the internet and they go on and on it, or they leave the light on in the bathroom or leave the light on in the kitchen. And you say, you're leaving this light on, do you know how much it cost me? Or they tell them to put the heating on, they will put the heating on and then open the window. And I said, when you start earning your money, you're going to pay towards that. You know, so it makes you
in every house, I think.
Yeah, it is. And then you start wondering.
It is in every house. That one, I think, is the part of teenage age, things that do really, they don't care. They don't just think really. They do what they want, really. It's every house. It's not different anyway.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Yes, it is. So now the other question is, before let me leave 9 to 5. The next question is, do you think we pamper our children? Like sometimes you ask them to clean. That's part of being ready for the real world. You know, in the real world, nobody's going to wash your plates for you. Nobody's going to sweep your room. Nobody's going to spread your bed, you know. But some parents do these jobs for their kids. They wash their clothes, you know. And then you start wondering, and maybe it's a 16-year. I'm not talking about little children. I'm talking about 16-year-olds that are old enough to know they have to put their plates away, to clean their floor. But some people don't do that, especially boys, you know. Some of the boys don't know how to cook at 16. Okay, 10, 11, yeah, they're still learning, but maybe from 12 to 16. Do you think I know some people that when the father is saying yes, clean the place, the mother will say, oh, leave him, I'll do it. Is that right?
Well, okay, we'll go to the father and mother first. It is not right for one to say yes and one will say no. I think you all should be on the same level. If you don't really agree with the other one, the first yes, you can just call your wife or husband in the room and discuss it. And maybe say, oh, okay, maybe let her have it. Maybe tomorrow we'll change it. But it's not good to go and change what one has said, which it shows the child that, oh, they're not even united. So I can play them both, you understand? Yeah, so children, they learn that quickly. If the parents are, why then I wonder that, they will play you. And so I think you have to have united front with children.
Yes.
And yes. Back to boys not cooking and all that. If you come to the Africa side, I think that I've said this before, our society, our culture don't really bring our boy child well. They don't really bring them up properly, if you look at it.
Is that true? Sorry.
They don't. Yeah, I've said this before. Our culture doesn't give the boy child more education. They pamper them. Oh, you are the man. You will get married. The wife has to respect you. The wife has to do what you want, and you just go to work and bring the money. Even if you're in Africa, imagine you see your father, you even afraid. When your father comes to the sitting room, you don't even dare go there till you call to come in. You understand? Yeah. But it shouldn't be this way. It should be, a child should be able to be free and come to you. That is why over here, the children born here, they are more free. They can speak their mind. And even when a child speaks their mind, it opens them, they learn a lot. Then they can even develop and make things because they are thinking. But in Africa, you don't think before they tell you to think. You understand? So our society, it totally no good. But once again, as I've said before, since I came to this country that I had my kids, I have taken the good side of Africa upbringing and the good side of England upbringing together to bring my children up. There's a lot of things in Africa that I like. There's a lot of things in England that I like. So I pick them, bring them together, and bring my children up with it. My husband is perfect African man. So I have to talk to him. So he's getting the idea of that. You understand? So you bring that two together, I think we will do very well. So like, for example, I haven't got my boy, as you know, is a little boy. And even at 4.5, when the sisters are doing things, he wants to get involved. He wants to change himself. He wants to put his own clothes on. I want to do it myself. So because he's seen the senior sisters doing things, so he's learning from them. My children, the girls, they started doing house chores when they were 8 years. In this house, everybody has got their chores. Weekend chores, weekdays chores. So everybody does their own jobs. They now even cook their own food because I go to work. When I come, I'm tired. Sometimes I will have to sleep a bit. Sometimes I have to come and see. They will have to make sure the kitchen is tidy when I'm coming. If I'm coming, they hurry up, mommy is coming. You understand?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I think that it's all about how the children are brought up. But I can't say that the boys are lazy or not, but because I will go with my girls, really. But I don't think we pamper them. It's how this country is. You have to be free with your kids. You have to be a bit strong with them. So you shake them, you love them. You shake them, you love them. So being pamper, I don't think we pamper them, but we bringing them, I think, in the middle, because no African parent will be like, oh, do what you want to know. That it never happens. No. It never happens. The girls, they watch some TikTok things about African parents and they laugh because most of the things that happen or they say, it happens in this house. Yeah. You understand? So when they go to school, they can say, oh, that this won't happen in my house. So they know where the line is. And my neighbors, they know because they see the girls taking the bins around, hanging things on the line and all that. So my next door, the daughter was a bit, then said, I think I'll take you next door for just 3 days and you will change. Yeah,
that's so good. That's good.
Love them a bit and shake them a bit. I think that's what it is, but not pampering them. I don't think we pamper them at all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sorry, just a minute. I want to ask this question. Even though it's what I hear, that in this environment you don't beat the children.
That's a strong word.
Yeah, which is not African. Let me put it that way. And some say it's not even biblical anyway. They quote scripture and all that. What's your take on that, man?
Can you repeat the last question? It went off a bit.
Okay, I said here I learned that they don't beat. Then some say it's not African. Then some are even saying it's not even biblical anyway, talking about sparing the rod and spare the child. What's your take on that? I know that it's not compulsory to beat before you can correct somebody.
So I would say, the school that teach that, it's like it's part of the curriculum. They have to teach. They have to teach them that this is wrong, this is right. But even the teachers, when they see a disciplined child, they like it. You understand? Because especially the secondary school children, they're very naughty. So if you put my child here, you put an English child here, they will always say, oh, Ali, you're a very good girl, and that. But the thing is, it's all about the child. I mean, I've smacked my kids before. I have done it. I won't lie. But the way the thing, it depends on me. You never hit the face. Never hit the child's face. Yeah. You understand? I'll smack their bum, I'll smack their hands before. But when they're growing, when they get to a teenage state and you still hit them, that is where the trouble comes, because they are not children anymore. Some child can be bigger than you, taller than you, and it might put you down if you continue hitting them when they get to that point. I think when they get to teenage, they are adults. So you have to treat them with respect by talking to them. You can put measures in place. If you don't do that, that will happen. Or that you can, because it's your house, you are the parent. So your word has to come first. And your child has to listen. Fine, they speak under tone here. Then I say, what are you saying? Then I didn't say anything. You understand? So teenagers, you can't help it. They are like that. The hormones are all over the place. So I think the smacking, even English people, they smack. I'm telling you, they do smack. But it depends on if you go and smack your child's face and she go to school with a bruise. I know how this is health. This is some people in the school, they know how to take it. They will just start asking the child questions. What happened? Why have you got this? And the child will say, oh, maybe you didn't smack the child. Just as soon as I say, oh, my mother smacked my face. That's it for you. So you have to be careful. I think it's good that we sometimes, but I think talking to is more better than smacking, really.
Okay.
So,
Mr.
I think we African parents, we should exercise we have to have a bit of exercise. I know the pressure in this country is not easy. Yeah. The pressure in the country is not easy. Sometimes it makes you a bit stressed, and these children, they are worse than, yeah. So, but we have to also calm down. We have to also work on ourselves, I think. Okay. We have to work on ourselves.
That is a good one. That is, that last part is also very important.
Yeah. We work on ourselves.
Okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Adekule raised his hand. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Ma, for that beautiful lecture. You see, one thing I want to say is this. From the comment section, I said agree and agreed with the statement, with certain statement. A male child should be trained right from the beginning. I want to use myself as a case example. I do tell a lot of people, I will know in Africa, particularly Nigeria, when a child is born in a barrack, raised in a barrack, my primary school, secondary school, university, everything was in the barrack. That was for my dad. From primary 3, they will just wake me up to cook. You have to do this, you have to do that. And up to now, one of my hobbies is cooking, training. In UK, I work among the students, university students. Do you know that most of them, one came from Africa, and he came to reception one day, he said, please, can somebody clean his room? What happened? Why can't you clean your room yourself? He said, at home, most of these ministers and children, I said, no, you need to learn. So I remember one boy was calling his mom back home. Mom, I put the Maggie. What next can I do? Okay. I look at him, I said, what were you doing when secondary school said they made you did everything for them? He said, see your life. Some cannot even wash their clothes. So what I'm trying to say that, particularly a male child, we need to handle them very well. If if you train them very well, you put them right in the right track, they will be able to treat their woman very well in the right way. Pamper their child, we think, oh, my mommy always do this, my mommy do that, and he will expect his wife to cook, to do everything at home for him. So that is that. And I love the way you said the teaching, African way of teaching and UK way of teaching, I call it hybrid. You know, one thing I don't support is when I was growing up, most of our parents, they just beat us for no reason.
Oh my God.
Particularly when I look at them, they say, why are you looking at me? They will slap you. If I look down, you can't, they will slap you. Okay. What do you want me to do? You are still talking. You are talking. There is not. You see, these children, whenever they've done something wrong, you just let them know. So some of them will even tell you the punishment they deserve. But sometimes you just stand there, they will ask you, what have I done? But because of the way we are, stress of coming from work, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Before you know it, you say, the next day, the second day, they will still do the same thing because you explain. You did not tell them the right thing to do. No, we just need to bring that African parent mentality. Sometimes my children, they will always watch a movie on YouTube called Owusu, and all these things. They always like,
they also
always do this. I said, look, the way I was brought up, if I should try that with you guys, should I take you to Nigeria? They will say, no.
No.
By the time you finish telling them the story, they say, no, I don't.
The God help us with the parents. Guys, some years back, African boys from Nigeria, and I was talking to them, and they are so proud. She said, boss, they just came back from prison. And look at them. Just came back from prison, and you are so proud. Look, I don't blame you because they were born here, no, raised up here. I said, look, that's your 5 years imprisonment here. If you go to Nigeria, not even maximum prison, police cell for 2 your life to Christ. Yes. Just 2 hours. That's 5 years imprisonment. In UK, go to Nigeria, not maximum prison, but police cell. Because the holder you will perceive will make you to think twice of your life.
Absolutely.
So we just need to let them see the scenario where we were coming from and where we are now, and what the future of for them. And with prayer and too much talking, sometimes we just need to repeat. God will help.
God help us all, because it's not easy. It is not easy because by the time you look at the children here, like we've all said here, they want to ask questions. We give them opportunity to talk to us, which we did not have when we were young. Our parents will just tell you, do this, do that, do that. You know, once in a while, they'll tell you, when they sit with you, all they do is storytelling. They'll tell you a story of their great-grandmother, which I used to love it and all that. But they trained us, like we've all said, to cook, to clean. And you're right, a male child should be responsible in doing their chores. It's not just because you have to do the chores, because of today, like tomorrow. That you said, which is a good thing, and Mr. Bumi has agreed here with you. When you train male children very well, they will value themselves and treat their women well. You know, I know of some women that are married to our people. Early in the morning, they are turning gari. Early in the morning, can you imagine for a man? And this some men will eat panayam in the morning. They'll come back in the evening, they'll eat eba in the morning. Even if the woman is breastfeeding, they will tell the woman, go and make my food. What stops you? A man that knows that your wife is tired or she's taking care of a child all night, to go into the kitchen and make yourself a breakfast. I know of a woman that complained to me, 6 a.m., my sister, I'm clean pounded yam for this man. And I have a child, 2 children crying. And this man will be in the bathroom bathing. You know, Because to him, he feels it's the duty of the woman to do all those chores. It's wrong. It's absolutely, because even we women, as a woman, we put in all of our effort in our family. Most times we forget ourselves. But should we be taken advantage of? No. The man should also come in with the skills he's learned from home, the value he's learned from home, to build up his home and respect the woman. So what we've said so far about the male and doing their chores, was one thing about them value themselves and treating their women well. This is part of we saying, are our children ready for the future? Are they ready for the real world? Because some people, you go to their home. Sorry, I used to know of a guy a long time ago, and I stopped seeing the guy for a while. And then one day I just said, oh, let me go and see this person. As soon as I entered the house, I ran back. I could not step in the living room. Because from what I heard, even the woman, she's not clean. She's not properly, the husband is not clean. So by the time you enter, you see food, children, plates, this thing everywhere. But if the man, let's say the woman, not every woman are properly trained as well, doing chores, don't get me wrong. But if the man shows that the woman is not clean, he could help her. Oh, let's pick this up, let's tidy up. Okay, I'll help to wash up, and then gradually he will help the woman. She won't be ashamed of herself and she will start learning. But if the man don't know how to clean, the woman don't know how to clean, you enter the house, it's like you're in a dustbin, in a recycling center, So, and then I couldn't go. And the next day I saw the man, I said, "Hey, man, you have got to go sort yourself out, man. What's going on?" Then the man had to go and be bringing cleaners in.
Oh.
At times, you could pay for cleaners if you have, like people like all of you. I know all of you have money, you can pay for cleaners, maybe once in a year, I could pay for cleaners. But come on, pay for cleaners every. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but people have to do it because it's necessary. But every week, when you have a wife, you have a husband, it has to be a combined effort. And how do we do that? By training the children from home to be responsible. So that is a very, very important aspect of. But then again, some people will say, yes, we've been trying it, but these children are not listening. The boys, especially, most boys don't want to do it. Yeah, and it gets to a stage like, say, oh, don't smack. But it's like, want to smack, but then you don't want to. But then these boys don't want to learn it. What do you do?
When a child is a teenage, up to, let's say, 17-year-old boy or old girl, and is that stubborn, I don't think there's anything you can do, because it will come back to where they say children are a gift. So God gave us the gift. And when God gives you a gift, it's like when God gave the seed to these people to go and rather, if you don't water it properly, look after it properly, it just dies.
Yeah.
You understand? So if a child has got to 17 years old and the child is that stubborn, doesn't do anything you say, I think you have nothing to do again, unless the child itself go in the world and decide, or life hits the child and they decide to change. That is why from that little age to 13, as a parent, work very hard. That 14 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours shift back and front and back. As soon as you get there, the woman is also running around. We all want things in Africa. We all want that nice house. We all want to build a house in Africa. But does it worth your child being like that? It doesn't work. You can build all that, and later when your child is no good, you have to sell all that and pay whatever, rehab, even pay their bills for them.
Yes.
And the stress, before you get that high BP, you won't even last to enjoy that house.
Will you even live in the house? Some people don't even go home to go and live in the house.
So we have to look our priority. What is our, as a parent, what is your priority in this world? Unless you haven't got a child. If you have a child, if you decide to bring a child in this world, you have to put them in the plan. If you don't put them in the plan, and you think that it's all about money, it's all about that nice house in that nice neighborhood, you lost. You parent, the parent is even lost before the child become follow.
Because the parents is putting the wrong priority.
So I'm just saying that we should try our very hard from that tender age to 13. We have to try harder and harder and harder. And I will say one little thing about this boy child, and even getting the child ready for. When you say the child going out in the world, you go out in the world and definitely find a wife, isn't it? Find a woman and get married. It's also one of those things. So when they say in the Bible says a man leave your family and go and find a woman and form your own family. And the same Bible said that man love your wife and women were submissive and respect. Did the God say woman love your husband? He never said that. There's no love in there for a woman. It's just be submissive and respect. So the man has to love the wife. You understand? So why did God say that? God said that because we women, God created us in a certain way that if a man loves us properly and adore us as God is saying, like my church, we will do anything. We will do anything. So all I'm saying that men, teach them how to love their wife. Teach them how to love their sister. They start from home even. Teach them how to love them. And this woman, especially if you go a boy and a girl, see how the boy will say, oh, Georgina, can you do me a toast? The way the boy will tell the sister, okay, but if he's, can you do me a toast? You do it yourself. You see? So let's bring them nicely as the Bible is saying as well. Then when they get out there, they become the best husband, the best citizen, the best everything in there. And when you as a parent, if you see your child in the future, so wow, that's my child. You are proud, very proud.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I just also want to chip in this. You said if a child 17, almost irredeemable. That is a tough one for me to take anyway. So does that mean that, because I know that adulthood, most countries, starts 18 or maybe 16, you can vote from 18, then real proper adulthood, maybe 21 or something. So 17, because at least at 17, maybe you've entered the university, you're lucky, maybe 19. 17, 18. Are you not saying that if a child is not properly handled, or let me say not managed, or doesn't have good behavior at that age, there's nothing that can be done? We just watch him like that or watch her like that, and we just say, God.
Yeah, I believe that if a child has been that unbearable or very naughty, let's put it in naughty way, up to 17, and the child hasn't been corrected or turned around, what can you do? Unless life hits the child. If the child, you've talked, the child won't listen. Africans will believe in going to see the pastor, go and have counseling, go and do that. This one will come and talk to the child, everything done, and it's not happening. What can you do? The child himself will go, even those who go to prison, they come back and change. I've gone.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I was going to come to you. Sorry, you raised your hand up. Yes, sorry. Yeah, Mr. Adekunle, go ahead.
So, okay, somebody's saying something.
Finish your...
No, you talk. She's okay.
Okay.
All right.
with all our discussion, which I really love, let us firstly, a family that prays together, stick together. Let us build the foundation on prayer, whether Christian or Muslim. If you teach your children how to pray, they will value that in whatever they want to do, they will know that God first. If they mix together with some people outside, that consciousness of I'm a child of God, no, will be there. And whenever you pray, even they want to misbehave outside, God will direct their step. That's with experience. And a praying parent, when your child is doing something wrong, God will reveal to you if you know how to pray. I've done it is my daughter. Sometimes I will tell her, whatever what you are doing, one day I will know. She thought I was joking. So one day I will know. When I reveal everything to her, she was just like, one day I will know. Because it's not easy. It is only God that can help us with the parents to bring up. Like me, I was born in barrack. You know police barrack in Nigeria. Of people. Some of my mates have been killed while they were using police uniform to go out or press outside. It's a lot of different sort of things. My dad will come back home and say, "You Kunle today, police beds. They will ask to sue, they will beat me. Where I was coming down, serving the punishment. I will say my sister, any one of them that dear life from there." Meet them again, and that is you. I say, you will not kill me today. And that's it today. But we can't train our children that it's not possible. So one thing I realized was there was a particular parent that took their daughter back to Nigeria for a month, and a also took two daughters back to Ghana for some period of time. Can you believe when those children came back to England, they said they now appreciate what they have. The one that took his own daughter to Nigeria was born in Nigeria, but at very tender age was brought up here. I think when she went back to Nigeria, she saw one of our mates and the way people were struggling. She said, she relocated to United States, and since then she changed her life. Can you believe that lady came out with first class in university?
Wow.
So these ladies, their group, the first class from university. If we parents can try as much as possible, I know if we have the paper, the document, my wife is still fighting with me. We have to take them to Nigeria and say yes. Let us at least maybe for a month, let them see the other side of the world. And then we let them come back. And you see that their mentality will change. They will appreciate things more. And we, the parents that we want to struggle to build this, to build that. Hey, with little I've seen when I was working in Ondo State, a man built this particular mansion, one of the chiefs in Ondo State. When I saw the mansion, I was just like, what? And the man only had 2 children back in Europe. Can you believe when the children came to Ondo, they said that this house is too big, they can't live here, they have to go and sleep in a hotel. The man, when he was old, he cannot even climb the upstairs. Then to prepare one of his main room for him to sleep in the master's bedroom. So whatever we want to do, you just know it's temporary. Those children, they will not go back to Nigeria to go and play, to go and sleep in one match. No, look at generation. Our forefather, they did face me and slap you out. So we that we are talking about, can you go back to Nigeria or Ghana to go and live in face me and slap you out? No.
Wow.
So things are changing. Whether you want to build a mansion, just know that you are building it for yourself. I will just advise you, don't build a staircase. At old age, you won't be able to climb.
Yeah. You know, what you said is a fantastic idea, and it's a good way for we the Africans. So if we, as we talk, if we've got an English person on here, the English person hasn't got that escape route. You understand? So the English person won't have this opportunity of taking the child to Africa a bit and bring them back to learn a lesson. So we are fortunate enough to have that way out and discipline the child somehow. So we are lucky, really. For example, I said we all from Africa, we know how Africa is. There's something that I believe that there's a reason why we were born in Africa. And there's a reason why we are here in this country. Not all your colleagues, there's some back in there, they haven't come here or they haven't gone anywhere, they're still in Nigeria. But you, one person, you, Antonia, you in England. So there's a reason why God has positioned you here.
Yeah.
And you have to find a way. I think that we all need to give back to Africa because that is where we were born and a society that we came from. So you've got the opportunity to be here. What are you doing to help back home? So I have this that I have to give back in Africa. We have the children here. My children, they love Ghana. They love Ghana. But I know that they will never live in Ghana. But I will, at the end, live in Ghana. The children here, the girls, they will grow up, have husbands, move away. Some even will, as soon as they start uni, they will move far away. And mostly children here, when they move far away, they don't even come back. They stay where the uni is. So they find work and everything. So they will make their own life. But me, I won't want to live here on my own or whatever. No way. And my husband is no England person. So, we all have to look at our environment and make something back. So me, as I said, I had this vision a long time ago. How am I going to give back in Africa? You understand? So I decided to open a school. I can't go and build this big house and just me alone. How many rooms would I sleep in? And my kids, they would just come on holiday. Yeah. So I have my first floor for the sleeping, the rest is a school. You understand? Yeah. So I think we all have, as Africans, not thinking, we shouldn't think about ourselves alone. We have to think back and see what can we, because Africa will never develop without we that we're here to help back. We all need to chip back in. We all need to chip. And especially, I opened a school because I realized the difference between the education system and the education system over here. Yeah. And I want to take something here,
from here,
there,
take it back
to there. And moreover, to teach the parents that their kids come to my school on how to support their children properly. Because I remember when I was going to school, all that my dad needs are pay your school fees. I don't remember my dad sitting me down and saying, what did you learn today? Let's look at it. No. You understand? All that they know to pay school fees, go and learn. You fail, you come, you get a ship. If you don't fail, you've done well. But when you fail, they won't ask you why did you fail. But then I haven't even got a table that will sit down and learn. You understand? So we all have to see something that we lack in Africa and something that is here. Then we can move it back there to help the children that are coming up. So I think we all have part to play.
May God help with what you just said. May God help us, and may God provide an helper for us back home, because some of us will try to do something back home, and they sabotage the effort and the help. I don't want to explain the millions of if you have a good person that can handle the project for you, God will strengthen.
That's true. Yeah.
Because some of them back home believe that we pick pants on the street. Believe that, but yes, the money is wasted, but you can do some other work and get it.
Yeah, right.
I
know.
If anything should happen, some family member will say, "But it's a brother. Do you want to kill him?"
The brother have hand and have leg, doesn't he? He can go and do the same thing you do now to make money. But you know, why you not working in Africa before you came in? Did anybody pay your bills? Nobody paid your bills. You also have to work and pay your bills. They should do the same thing, isn't it? It's not easy. But if it's dear, if me, I believe we can help it. By the time I've noticed that by the time you keep on giving and giving and giving and giving, they will expect more and more and more and more. But I've tried to realize that every time somebody asks me a question, auntie, I want to buy a car. I say, okay, if you buy a car, you're not going to put petrol in the car, you're not going to maintain the car, you're not going to pay for servicing. Okay, where will you get the money to do all that? I said, so when I'm going to ask yourself what you want to do with your life, if you tell me what you want to do with your life, if I can afford it, I will help you. I will help you to become somebody. Not dashing money. Who's got that money to be throwing away? Like you say, we don't pick money in pounds. So we have to we said this before in this channel. We have to cultivate the attitude of somebody, one of our chairman in Nigeria, in the Nigerian community, send a message today. Say, don't kill yourself for anybody. Don't do it. Am I wrong, Mr. Isaac? You saw it, the message. Don't kill yourself. Do what you can. At the end of the day, if you die, they will still survive. They will still live. You know, they will still live. Mr. Isaac said, because these people, they don't know the world is changing. And the kind of money maybe before money used to be easy. Now money is not easy. By the time I was talking to a lady today, by the time you think they promoted you, they increase your salary, £400 is gone off your salary to tax. How much is that? The father that is only extra £200. You'll be thinking, they're giving me £1,000 extra. I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. By the time the salary comes, half of the money is gone on. And somebody not expecting to be giving you £200 every month. But they're forgetting that you've got children, you've got your bills, you've got a credit card to pay, you've got to pay for your car, pay for your mortgage. We have to cultivate the attitude to say no. If you want to sell fish, I'll help you to go and buy the fish. I won't give you the money. I will send the money to somebody else that can buy the fish for you and give it to you. Because by the time you finish giving them that money, they'll finish the money, they'll come back and ask for more. You know? So investment should be. Okay, somebody is saying, Mr. Okelebe is saying, investing in Africa can be done though. There are better ways to monitor the activities of staff now than ever before. Okay, maybe you can share that with us because Ms. Owusu has just said she's got somebody supporting her and she's making it easy for her. It's true. If she didn't have that person there, she would struggle. So Mr. Okelebe, can you, I know you don't, if you don't want to show your face, that's fine. Just tell us what you mean. How is it better? Because the last time I know, it wasn't.
Sorry, I didn't want to show my face, but I can. Thank you, everyone, for the brilliant discussion so far.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I think there's no one solution to any of these things that you people are talking about. And investing in Africa, I don't think there's any one solution. However, sometimes we think, or I think that you open up a company or you open up something in Nigeria or in Ghana, and then you expect it to thrive. It doesn't. It is almost like here, if you open up a company, so me and you live in the same place, Madam Antonia, imagine if you open up a company in Bedford, you don't go to Bedford, but you just sit in meetings and expect it to happen. It will not happen, it will not grow. It's the same thing. Think about what do I want to open in Africa? The fact that somebody had told you that this business will work, but you don't know about it, it's not a good enough reason for you to invest in that business. Once you understand it, so from what Mrs. William is saying, she's gone into school because I think she's in education. So she understands education, she understands the way it works. So when you invest in a business that you understand, you will know when they are throwing dust into your eyes and when they are not throwing dust into your eyes.
Absolutely.
That's the first thing. Then it's next thing I talked about monitoring. I mean, there are things like Zoom. this thing that we are doing. Years before now, we didn't do it. So if you have staff in Nigeria, how many times do you have staff meeting with them? How many times do you ask them to give you a report, a management report? Do you set target for them? How do you collect money? Do you still do cash payment or do you do bank transfer? Do you monitor your bank transaction? So I could go on about what you could do. There are CCTVs. I have an office in Lagos, and there was a time I saw somebody dancing in my office during work hour. And when I spoke to them, they were amazed that I could monitor them. Interestingly, Bumi knows me, and Bumi knows what I'm talking about. So there are things. I have a vehicle in Lagos, and I've just today been looking through the tracking device I have, and they've been driving this vehicle even at night when they were not supposed to be working. Okay, so do we need, I agree with Mrs. Williams, to say, should we invest in Africa? Come on, as much as we hate Africa, it is also part of us.
We love Africa.
So, and if the Africa that we dream of, nobody can make it for us. It is us that could make it. So if we do not invest in Africa, I'm not saying Africa is brilliant. Some of us will go back to Africa, but also be truthful to ourselves. Some of us will not even go back. Okay. If you ask me today, will I go back to Africa? I will tell you it is 50-50. And it's probably 60, no, I'm not going. And 30, yes, I might go back. So, but do I want a better future? Do I want a better thing in my village? Do I want a better thing in my community? I think I want to. So anything I could do in my community to make it a better place, let's do it.
Let's do it. So there we go. You see, we were talking absolutely right. Based on the digital age, with the support of the help of the digital age, we can monitor our businesses.
Yeah.
We can. So that is true. I didn't even think that along that line. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So
I will add a bit to Mr. Isaac's. Yes, in the beginning, I think we also had issues. We did put people in place, and they didn't manage properly as we wanted. So my husband was going up and down a lot. And now he's been stuck there since October because we haven't got the proper person to put in place now. But now, just last month, we've put everything is banking system and no cash. We're doing cashless now.
that's
everything,
fantastic.
the teachers will be paid through the bank and everything. So we're putting things in place, and things Africa is developing as well. We haven't got there, but it is, especially in Ghana. Last week, I saw something that now you can even post, as we do here, post a letter and it will be taken to your house because everything is digital now. Yeah. Every house can be found on the internet, whatever they're saying. So I think we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. And we all, as we said, we don't know. We will all want to maybe live in it, but so far as we've got the children in this country, we will never live in Africa 100%. It will be still 50-50. Because I have 3 girls. I don't think I'll go and live in Africa full-time whilst I don't see my grandchildren or see them once a year. It won't happen. I will be doing that, coming for a month, coming for 3 months, going and coming up and down. Definitely, we all will do that. Yes.
So, wow, it's been good because we've found out that from what we've all said, we can support our children by mixing the cultures, mixing the African cultures and the UK culture. And not just about that, we could also take the culture and the skills we've learned here with the digital age, take it back to Africa to support the system, be it to support build the economy, like Mr. Kelege is doing, or to support the children back there, bringing in the skills, the talent, the knowledge that we've learned here to change the perspective of the children and their parents in this society, in the environment. It's going to take a while, but we'll get there. So I want to really applaud both of you and every one of, I know we've all got investments, even Mr. Bumi, Stella as well. I know we've all, Stella is a solicitor. Stella, are you going to say hello? Or? Hello? Okay, maybe she's out. So Everybody,
I'm listening to you.
Okay, I just wanted to say, if you want to say anything, I know we've all got investment, just to say, I want to applaud everyone for what they've done. Do you want to say anything?
Nothing at the moment, though.
Okay, that's fine. So
Yeah.
Based on, okay, thank you. So based on what we've said, I think a lot has been covered. We don't have to pamper our children, we've said. We can train them well. The male child should also be properly brought up in a way that they learn to be responsible. The children should be given the opportunity to communicate with us. The children should be able to know that they have to go to work and do 9 to 5. If they have to do 9 to 5, they have to do 9 to 5. We didn't really go into that because of time. It's going to be a long story, but they know they have to go to work. The question is, if they go to work while they're still living at home, do they spend a little bit of money or no? Some people say yes, some people say no. So it's more or less different cultures, different family, different home. Then fifth, if you want to invest in Africa, invest. Even though you're working so hard to take money home, invest, but to support the children back there, the same way you're supporting them there. Yeah. Also, some people, Mr. Adekunle said, oh, you can take them to Africa. Let them go to Africa and see if the culture will change them, change their mindset. You know, but you don't really have to go there and stay for a whole year. Just take them on a holiday and bring them back. I think that holiday, even 2 weeks is enough to change the children. So the time they go and see all the children will carry food on their head. Anyway, I'm sorry, sure. They will come back and I will say, mommy. No, but then that 1 month may not be enough for some kids, but some children, it's enough. It's enough to change them. But some children, after 7 months, they will forget what they see. But it's not left for us as parents to keep on educating them. It's not easy. Actually, in this society, it's not easy. Keep on educating them. You know, I'm just going to say one thing. I've got a male child, and I know, long story short, but I know how difficult it is, especially because the ego of the man is there. He's a growing boy, you know. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to do their own thing. And I'm not the only one. Everybody's going through it. It could even be a girl. Some boys are so easy to take care of. Even girl, it could be a girl that's got the issue. So the problem is, do we give up? No. So in this aspect, I would say, yes, we've covered areas that shows us that our children can be prepared for the future. One last thing I want to talk about is their mental state of health. COVID has come. It's affected all the children from 2-year-old to 17 years old. Question is their confidence in the next 14, 15 years. Can it be boosted back again? It's just a short question. Anybody can answer it. I was speaking to my colleague the other day, say even his 4-year-old child, when he goes out, since the COVID, before he's very, very social, but now it's so calm. He doesn't talk again like before. I say it's not only him, it's everybody. So the last question is, mentally, do you think they can cope with the pressure of the real world in the next 10, 15 years, from now to the next, because the world is changing at a fast pace?
And they should be able to cope. It is left for the parent to encourage them. There's no way for them to back down, because it is real. It is a battle that everyone need to fight. So all what we need to do, whenever they come to us to have a chat with us, we need to talk to them. Sometimes when they are moody, try to cheer them up. All our African mentality stuff, we should put it aside that, no, I'm tired, I've been at work for 12 hours, I need to sleep. No. Sometimes they just want to talk. My friend told me that somebody was trying to do something, the bully her in school, she was crying and said, come on, you're a Nigerian lady, for God. Yes. I said, look, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. Don't touch anybody, don't bully anybody. But if they bully you, you know the appropriate quarters to report them to. And if the teacher did not take any action, well, the Bible even says if you are slapped in the right cheek, left cheek. If they slap you on the left cheek, Jesus Christ was silent about the third action. But don't touch. And if you report to teacher and nothing was done, report to me and we'll go to the teacher in school. But be faced with everybody. No, we need to boost their confidence. Let them know that yes, they have a father, they have a mother that they can go to anytime. That's my little contribution.
Thank you so much. That's so powerful. Absolutely. The parents still have a lot of work to do. Somebody should be, I'm joking now. Somebody should pay parents for this hard work. You're gonna do everything. And if I was a social worker now, I'll be earning loads of money just doing that job. No, I mean parents, people, just a joke.
Yeah.
So any other contributions at all before we close for today?
Well, so you see, I have my first child was born very early at 24 weeks. And due to that, she was on ventilator for a long time. She was on oxygen for almost 2 years of her life. And due to the ventilator, it's giving her a problem. She's got a narrow airway. So her speech is very faint. So because of that, she lacked a bit of confidence at school. So because she feel like when she's speaking, somebody will just won't hear her. So she tend not to really answer questions. Even when she knows, she will just keep quiet or doesn't want to let people say, what did you say? What did you say? She doesn't really like that.
Yeah.
So during this COVID time, this lockdown, it was just the online lesson. And my daughter did very well. The teachers were very surprised that she was doing well at home rather than when she was at school.
Yes.
So when they returned back, she in the first week, she was panicking too, like, oh, I don't want to go. And I feel somehow. I said, Lisa, why do you feel like you don't want to go? Yeah, because I said, no, listen, your teachers, your classmates, they know you. You know, a new student. They know who you are. They know how your voice sounds. So they know you. You have to let it be what it is.
Yes.
You understand? So I told her that, and she said, okay. And she went back to school with that confidence that she got from home. She's like doing what she has to do. So back to what our man said, is we the parents have to just what do you call it?
Keep on
giving them the talk, encouraging them that it will be good and it's better, and that you Nigeria, we all use it. You African, you've got that strong bone, you better, you that, we all do that to encourage them. So it's every day. We didn't get that encouragement back when we were young, but we learned that here, that a child that we're picking from the English. So we have to carry on. Encouragement all
Fantastic.
the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Isaac, you had your hand down. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I didn't think. I think it's the same thing that everybody has spoken about, isn't it? Because of course, every child is slightly different. And if you go back to what we talked about before, the environment in the home, makes a huge difference to a child. So back home, our parents would say, this useless speaking. Those sort of things damages your ego. And if you are not careful, we're strong enough in Africa that we even survive those sort of things. You know, where your parents can say you be olodo and you accept it. So I think if we encourage our children that they are as good as any other person and they can succeed against all odds. But also, what is our example? How are we showing them? Do we also show them in what we do that against all odds, we can succeed? If we do that, I'm sure by our words, by our action, they will also reach out for the higher thing. If we don't do it, even if we say it, but we don't do it, then it doesn't make much impact. So let's always reach out for a better future.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. I am so grateful. This is a very enlightening discussion, and I think it's going to help a lot of parents that are struggling with bringing up their children in this particular point in time. Most parents are low and they're down, and they need something like this to boost them. Because people have said, with these children, would they be able to cope? Everything we've discussed, they've brought it up. But with this information, I'm sure it will help them to know that there's hope at the end of the tunnel. And even the children will also know that there's hope, and they have parents to go back to support them. So I want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Owusu. I'm so grateful, and I wish you all the best with your endeavor in Ghana. I pray to grow from grace to grace, and I know you're a very hardworking lady. I've known this lady for almost 12 years, and she's very, very hardworking. She's a lady that goes she falls down, she brings herself up. So I'm sure she's going to bring her children up, like she said. She's also going to bring the children, do whatever. She's going to put that same passion in the business she's doing in Africa, and I want to wish you all the best. Mr. Bumia, thank you so much. Mr. Bumia is also very passionate about the community, and he's done a lot with this program, and also what is done with other charitable organizations like Care Livers and all that. He's putting a lot of effort just to ensure that he's supporting the children and those kids, teenagers that are struggling to cope with the society, cope with the environment. We talk about the environment a lot today. Thank you very much. Mr. Dekule is also a project officer. He's studying quantity surveying. And why is he doing that? Also to build up the environment. And I want to thank you all for what you've done today. And Mr. Okelege, I'm going to put your details back here again. So Okelege, again, I'm just trying to find you. I know I had your details. Yeah, so your business name is called Community Trust Network. So they tend to support. Okay, do you want to talk about it briefly?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what we do, we are a student recruitment organization. So people in Africa, currently we dealing with Nigeria and Ghana, the two sisters that refuse to be sisters. We always, but we can't separate ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't separate ourselves. So our major target market is Nigeria and Ghana. So for people who want to come here to study, either for their first degree or their post degree, we would look for the school for them. We'll help to process their admission. And once they get their admission, then they can make payment to the school for the school fees. Sometimes people even find it difficult to transfer the money over. So we have contact with people who can help pay the pounds here, and then they remit the Naira or the cedis back home. We've also, in addition to that, I don't know if any of you can help, but we are also moving slightly to a point where we give the people internship, because there's no point coming here to study and then at the end of your study, you don't have any UK experience. Okay. So we are also working with, we want to try and work with job coaches, people who can link us to employers, whether in a one-man business, in a large multinational, but giving these people some form of work experience in the UK would help them to increase their confidence to apply for a job here. I mean, right now, the UK is a very good place because they have a 2-year post-study work visa, which means that at the end of the 2 years of their study, they can stay here, do some work. It gives them an opportunity to integrate into the system, or they can take that work experience and apply to anywhere in the world for jobs. So that's my details. If you reach out to me, I'm sure I could give you more information. But thank you. I'm really honored to be given that platform.
Okay, then I think.
Thank you so much. So I said we're going to bring you in again to talk about this course, because I know there are people out there that need this opportunity. I was speaking with a friend of mine. I said, oh, she used to do it before to bring kids in and support them. But if somebody like you is there, she will just connect them to you, and then you can do all that. And that internship aspect as well, we can only do our best. We'll keep on, like people come to us and they say they're looking for different people for different roles. We put it on our platform and we then connect them to people here and there. Do they take all the people? No. Do they employ all the people? No. At times they employ people, so they will only do our best, and we'll keep on working with it. And our community need this a lot. Need this a lot. So thank you very much, Ms. Okulege. I'm grateful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also thank you, Stella Cole. Stella Cole is a solicitor. She's very, very passionate. She's got a charity as well. She supports the voluntary society and environment, Black community in the environment. She helps with immigration advice. She's very good if you've got any issues with any legal aspect, she's there. So, Mr. Okelege, if you're having issues with children, any immigration problem, Stella Cole is here. So this is how we network. It's more or less about integration. And also Ghana, if you have any children in Ghana that wants to come to study in the UK and are struggling, so this will can connect with Mr. Okelege. But this is what it's all about: communication, information, support, and upgrading our society, a Black community in Milton Keynes. So thank you very.
I hope, Mr. Isaac, I hope your money is not your face now or charges too much.
No. So I hope you're not charging a lot of money.
No, interestingly, we do not charge money for the service. So for helping the student, we don't, because the university pay us a commission.
Wow. I will get in touch with you then.
Okay. Yeah, so we don't charge it. So whether you pass through us or you go straight to the university, is the same amount of money you will pay.
Okay. All right.
The only one we will charge for, not the one we charge for, if we help you to go into internship, because that means that we are coaching you for a job. That is a different thing. But getting admission and getting your visa, no, we don't charge for it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So yes, I will give you, if you need Mr. Okelege's number, I'll give you Mr. Kule, no problem.
Okay.
So we're going to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. The next 2 weeks, we have another event. If you can join us. Just mention us to your friends and family. Let them know what we are doing for the community. And we will invite every one of you again to join the show. I'm grateful and have a lovely evening. Thank you, Mrs. Owusu. Thank you, Mr. Akirimisi. Thank you, Mr. Dekunle. Thank you, Mr. Okelege. And thank you, Miss Cole. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.